Have you ever wondered where the journey of Joe Biden, the 46th President of the United States, began? Let's take a trip back in time to Scranton, Pennsylvania, where on November 20th, 1942, Joseph Robinette Biden Jr., known to us as Joe Biden, was born. His parents, Catherine Eugenia Finnegan and Joseph Robinette Biden Sr., were the cornerstone of his upbringing, instilling in him values of resilience and hard work from an early age. As a young boy of 10, Biden's life took a turn. His family relocated to Claymont, Delaware, a move that would have a significant impact on his future. It was here that he spent his formative years, navigating the trials and triumphs of adolescence. Biden's high school years at Archmere Academy were marked by a growing interest in politics and public service, a spark that would soon ignite into a lifelong flame. From high school, Biden journeyed into higher education, enrolling at the University of Delaware. Here, he studied history and political science, further fueling his political aspirations. His involvement in the university's student council provided him with a taste of leadership, a role he seemed naturally inclined towards. Following his graduation in 1965, Biden pressed forward in his academic journey, attending Syracuse Law School. It was a challenging time, but Biden persevered, graduating in 1968 with a Juris Doctor degree. But it wasn't just academics and politics that occupied Biden's college years. He also met Nelia Hunter, a fellow student, and the woman who would become his first wife. Their relationship would play a pivotal role in his early political career and personal life. Throughout his education, Biden was a man of the people, relatable and empathetic. These qualities, coupled with his growing passion for politics and public service, would pave the way for his entry into the political arena. This early foundation laid the groundwork for Joe Biden's path into the realm of public service and politics. After his education, Joe Biden took a leap into the world of politics. His journey began on the local level, serving on the New Castle County Council in Delaware. Biden was not one to be content with the status quo, and he soon set his sights higher. In 1972, at just 30 years old, Biden made a bold move and ran for the United States Senate. Despite his youth and relative inexperience, he won, making him one of the youngest people ever elected to the Senate. This victory was just the beginning of his long and impactful political career. During his time in the Senate, Biden distinguished himself as an influential legislator. He served on the Judiciary and Foreign Relations Committees, holding the chair position in both at different points in his career. His work on these committees helped shape American laws and foreign policy in significant ways. One of his notable achievements was the Violent Crime Control and Law Enforcement Act, which he helped author. This act provided funding for thousands of police officers and drug courts, banned certain assault weapons, and mandated life sentences for criminals convicted of a violent felony after 2 or more prior convictions, including drug crimes. Biden also played a key role in passing the Violence Against Women Act, a landmark piece of legislation that provided resources to prevent and respond to violence against women. This act has been credited with helping to reduce incidents of domestic violence and improve the criminal justice system's response to such crimes. Throughout his time in the Senate, Biden showed his ability to reach across the aisle and work with colleagues of all political stripes. He was known for his commitment to the issues he cared about and his willingness to engage in tough yet respectful debate. Biden's decades in the Senate would lead him to an even larger stage. From the Senate, Biden took on a new role as vice president under Barack Obama, a transition that would mark a significant phase in his political journey. In this role, he was more than just a figurehead. He was a confidant and a close collaborator to the president. Their working relationship was characterized by mutual respect and shared decision-making, a dynamic that was to shape the course of the country over the next 8 years. As vice president, Biden had his hands on the wheel of numerous key initiatives. One of his most notable contributions was his instrumental role in the implementation of the Recovery Act. This bold economic stimulus package was designed to jumpstart the economy during the Great Recession. Biden's oversight ensured that the funds were directed where they were needed most, and his relentless focus on transparency and accountability helped to build public trust in the initiative. Biden also took the lead on various foreign policy matters. He was often the administration's point person in dealing with international crises, using his deep knowledge of international relations and his diplomatic finesse to navigate complex geopolitical landscapes. From Iraq to Ukraine, Biden's influence was felt across the globe. But Biden's vice presidency was not just about policy and politics, it was also about personal growth. In the crucible of the White House, he honed his leadership skills, deepened his understanding of governance, and strengthened his resolve to make a difference. Yet Biden's vice presidency was not without its challenges. He faced criticism and controversy, just as he had throughout his career, but through it all, he remained steadfast in his commitment to serving the American people, demonstrating the resilience and tenacity that would later define his presidency. Biden's vice presidency was a stepping stone to the highest office in the land. It was a period of preparation, of learning, and of achievement. And when the time came for him to take the reins as president, he was ready. Ready to lead, ready to inspire, and ready to make his mark on history. In 2020, Joe Biden achieved the highest office, becoming the 46th President of the United States. After a storied political career spanning decades, this was a culmination of his dedication and perseverance. His presidential campaign was marked by a message of unity, healing, and moving forward from the divisive politics of the past. Biden's victory in the election was historic, defeating the incumbent President Donald Trump. The inauguration ceremony was a testament to the resilience of American democracy, with Biden taking the oath of office on a day fraught with tension and high security. Once in office, Biden hit the ground running. One of his landmark actions was the signing of the American Rescue Plan Act, a significant piece of legislation aimed at providing relief to individuals and businesses affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. This act represented a commitment to supporting those most vulnerable in times of crisis. In the realm of foreign policy, Biden faced a number of challenging issues. His decision to withdraw U.S. troops from Afghanistan marked the end of America's longest war. However, it was not without controversy, with critics arguing it led to the Taliban's swift takeover of the country. More recently, he has been navigating the complexities of responding to the Russian invasion of Ukraine, demonstrating his commitment to international cooperation and the defense of democratic values. In the judicial sphere, Biden made history by appointing Ketanji Brown Jackson to the Supreme Court, the first black woman to hold this position. This appointment symbolized Biden's commitment to diversity and representation in the highest echelons of power. And Biden's journey is not over. In 2023, he announced his candidacy for the Democratic Party nomination in the 2024 presidential election, signaling his intention to continue serving the American people and shaping the nation's future. As president, Joe Biden continues to shape his legacy. From a boy in Scranton to the President of the United States, Joe Biden's journey is a testament to his resilience and dedication to public service. Born into a modest background, his life story is a weave of personal triumphs and trials, underpinned by an unwavering commitment to the American people. His early years in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and later in Claymont, Delaware, shaped his values and molded him into the public servant he is today. Biden's journey into politics began in earnest in the early 70s when he represented Delaware in the United States Senate. Over 3 decades, he became known as a pragmatic legislator, working on significant legislations like the Violent Crime Control and Law Enforcement Act and the Violence Against Women Act. Biden's resilience was tested when he ran for the Democratic presidential nomination in 1988 and 2008, both times unsuccessfully. Yet he remained undeterred, serving as vice president under Barack Obama from 2009 to 2017. In this role, he brought his wealth of experience to the table, further cementing his reputation as a dedicated public servant. In 2020, he ascended to the presidency, defeating Donald Trump in a hotly contested election. As president, Biden has tackled numerous challenges, from signing the American Rescue Plan Act to managing foreign policy issues such as the withdrawal of U.S. troops from Afghanistan and responding to the Russian invasion of Ukraine. In 2023, he announced his intention to run for a second term, demonstrating his ongoing commitment to public service. Biden's life and career teach us vital lessons about perseverance in the face of adversity, the importance of public service, and the power of resilience. His journey from a small town in Pennsylvania to the highest office in the land is a testament to his dedication and tenacity. As we continue to watch his career unfold, one thing remains certain: Joe Biden's story is far from over.